What do I think about Jyotsna? Well, I always thought that she was a really good shooter, and she was. She had won a lot of competitions, and then eventually she came to me and asked me if I would be a coach, and I said I would be just honored to do that.
Hey everyone! Today I have something truly special to share with you. It's the inspiring journey of Jyotsna, Canada's very own archery star. Jyotsna's story is one of dedication, perseverance, and triumph. With every arrow she released, she aimed not just at the target, but at her dreams. From local competitions to national championships, Jyotsna's journey has been nothing short of remarkable. But it wasn't always easy. There were days of intense training, moments of doubt, and countless challenges. Yet Jyotsna never gave up. Her unwavering spirit and the support from her family kept her going. And today she stands as one of the top archers in Canada. Through her podcast, Jyotsna shares her experiences, offering valuable insights and motivation to aspiring archers and their families. She talks about the importance of hard work, the joy of small victories, and the strength found in unity. So if you're looking for a dose of inspiration or simply want to hear from a young achiever who's making waves, don't miss Jyotsna's podcast. Trust me, it's a story that will touch your heart and fuel your ambitions. Before you go, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring more amazing stories like Jyotsna's to light. Thank you so much, Jyotsna and her family, for sharing this incredible journey with us.
Hi, Jyotsna. Welcome to the CLTV Podcast channel.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Jyotsna, can you tell us about yourself?
So, my name is Jyotsna Chawla. I live in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Currently, I'm going to Dalhousie University and I'm doing my undergrad there for a Bachelor of Science. And I'm majoring in microbiology and immunology. Currently, I'm trying to go the medical route, trying to get into med school. Yeah.
And what about your hobbies?
So obviously archery. Archery is a big one for me. But other than archery, I love to go climbing. And I also love running. I also love walking my dog. How can I forget my dog? Yeah.
Once upon a time, you were just like any other kid. What magic did you find in archery that made you a champion?
Well, I still like to think I'm just like any other kid. I just found something that I really enjoyed and I put a lot of hard work and effort into it to give me the results that I wanted. So there's not really any magic. There's not really any magic that made me a champion. I don't really like using the word champion. I still think I have a lot of progress. I have a long way to go before I get where I want. But it's just you have to put in a lot of hard work and you have to be really determined to achieve what you want to achieve. And then usually without fail, you'll get the results what you want.
If you could give one superpower to all the kids who dreams of being great, what would it be?
Well, this makes it seem like I'm great. I'm not great. I'm still trying to work towards being great because that would be awesome. But I'm still working on that too. And quite frankly, superpowers are cool and all, but they don't help you for becoming great. Because what I mean by that is that if you want to be great, you have to put in a lot of hard work and you have to be very determined in all the hard work you're putting in to become great. So if you're trying to work towards something, like for instance, for me, I'm trying to work towards a certain goal in archery and I'm trying to put in a lot of hard work and I'm trying to put in countless hours of training to become great in archery. So like a word of advice I can have for kids is if you really, really love something, you have to put in a lot of hard work and you really need to be determined to really do good in what you want to do. And without fail, you'll always get good results. And without fail, you will become great then.
When did you won your first medal and what age and how much experience were you having at that time?
Okay, so that's a little bit of a funny story. So when I won my first medal, I was only shooting competitively with one of these types of bows for 3 months since This was back in 2018. So I started shooting competitively, training competitively in late January of 2018. And then my coach at the time, Bruce Graves, he said I should shoot in the indoor provincials that was in March of that year. So I was super excited to shoot that competition. I was completely prepared. I was really prepared. I remember that morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. and I got ready and I sat on the couch waiting for my drive. So I was just really excited to shoot. And then I got to the competition, and from that point on, everything just started to go completely wrong for me. Was so nervous to the point where I couldn't aim when I was shooting. So all my shots were just not right. I kept missing a bunch. My arrows wouldn't come out of the target, and we had three big men like trying to pull my arrows out of the target, but they're so slippery because we put some liquid on my arrows to make it easier to pull out, but somebody put it too far up my arrow, so whenever somebody was trying to grab it, they kept slipping back. So everything just kept going wrong that day, and I shot a really bad score. But for my first time, I guess it was all right. But after that shoot was done, I was expecting, all right, they're handing out medals now, but it's gonna go to the top 3 people, and I'm not nowhere near the top 3 people. But at the time, I didn't know that everybody was divided up into different divisions. And in my division, I ended up getting a gold medal, and I was really excited. I was super upset, and then all of a sudden, I started smiling ear to ear once I heard my name, and I walked down and I picked up my medal, and I was super proud of myself, even though it wasn't a great day. Yeah.
Imagine standing on a big stage with everyone watching. What did you feel inside when you won the gold medal?
Okay, so to be honest, it's a very anticlimactic moment for me. It's not what it's not what it's lived up to be like as I pictured it in my head, because for me winning the gold medal is well it depends on the type of competition. Like if I won it in theory, if I won a gold medal at a world at an international event, I would be really happy. I'd be ecstatic with that. But since the only gold medals I've won so far were at national events, it's it's just it's not as exciting. Yeah, it's not as exciting. It's just kind of like you want another medal. Okay, what's the next thing that you have to do to improve this? Because my end goal is I want to be able to podium, so be top 3 at a world competition, and winning a gold medal at at a national competition, which is what I've done so far, is just a step in the right direction, but not quite my end goal. So standing on a stage and winning a gold medal at a national competition would just be a very nonchalant, okay, you won this medal, let's keep working harder. This is a push in the right direction. Let's keep working harder to get a gold medal at an international competition. But if I won a gold medal at an international competition, I will be through the roof and really excited and really happy for my achievement.
Oh, that's awesome. So, is it because you won lots of gold medals in national level in Canada?
I wouldn't say I won a lot of gold medals at the national level in Canada. I won a few, and because all my competitors, I'm really good friends with all my competitors. So winning a gold medal against them isn't quite the same as winning a gold medal at an international competition, since I'm friends with all of them and we know our strengths and weaknesses when it comes to our shooting styles. So one of us could be really good at shooting in the wind while another one isn't. So let's say it's a really windy day during finals, during individual matches, and the person who's really good at shooting in the wind is going to win gold over the person who might not be as good at shooting in the wind and still conditions. But it really just depends. Yeah.
Who are the knights and princes in your story who helped you become the best archer?
Okay, so there's a few people that I need to talk about. So it all starts with my gym teacher in grade 8, Miss Buckle, Mary Lou Buckle. She got me into archery through her after-school archery program at my junior high school. And she's the one who really helped me stay in the sport a little bit. And then it was also Marcia. And Marcia was just a volunteer at the after-school archery program. She provided a lot of the snacks at the program. And at the time, I was interested in archery, but I was also interested in going home and sleeping. So to keep me in the sport, they had some pretty awesome snacks at the after-school archery program that kept me in the sport a little bit. But it was also the sport. It was also the sport. The sport was also really good at the time. Anyways, there was also Marilyn. Marilyn was my first archery coach at the after-school archery program at my junior high school, and also at the club I went to later down the road. So, my gym teacher made the sport really interesting because in our archery club, she would, to keep like some like level of competitiveness between me and my other classmates, she would put like little like packs of like gummies, or like she would give us like little prizes or like coupons to get like a free 6-inch sub from Subway, or like a free Canada Game Center pass, or like stuff like that. She would like put them on the target, and she would tell us, okay, if you could shoot this, you could keep it. So that kept like that level of competitiveness up within like just our club mates, which was really fun. That was a really fun way to like improve our aiming and like work on our form and stuff like that. And then, so Marilyn, she was my coach for the 2 years I was in my club for. So I joined the club in when I was in grade 8, so 2017. And she saw that I had potential to do better. And she told my parents that I had potential to do better, and that I should at least go once to the club I shoot at, Osprey Archery Club. And after my parents talked about it for a little bit, we went to Osprey Archery Club, which is where I met my second coach, Bruce Graves. Very nice man. He started me out in archery. He helped me so much that I was able to go to the Youth Pan American Championships, Youth Pan American Championships in 2022, which is my first international competition with which I was on Team Canada for, which I was really excited about. And then I had a change in coaches to Bob Fougere, which is now my new coach. And he's also a very nice man. I've known him for a while. He's coached some of my other friends in archery. And it was just recently that I switched, he started coaching me. And he was able to send me to the Youth World Archery Championships in Ireland last year,
You went to World last year?
I did. I was able to make Team Canada for that, which I was really excited about, and I wouldn't be able to do that without Bob's help. I wouldn't be able to make Team Canada for the Youth Pan Ams without Bruce's help, and I wouldn't be able to be in the sport without Marilyn's help. So they all helped a lot. But above all that, my parents. My parents really helped me in the sport, because after they talked it over a little bit, my dad was the one who was like, yes, we need to put her in a sport, and this is a perfect sport for her. And my mom helped a lot with the driving, and yeah, she helped a lot with the driving, which I was really thankful for. Okay.
Every hero has a story of tough times. Can you tell us about a time when you were scared but still shot the arrow?
Yeah, I have another really funny story about this too. So back in June of this year, so 2024, I went to Toronto for a competition, which was Canada Cup East. And at that competition, they had to mix categories together. So there was a lot of people within one category. So it was just like, that level of competitiveness would be there. And my category at the time was the under 21 category, which is technically still a youth category. And I was mixed into the senior division, which is the 21 plus division. And that's like the division where all like the Team Canada athletes are on. So I was already going into this, I was already really nervous shooting against people that are older than me and had more experience than me. And so during this competition, I shot my qualification rounds. I placed, I think, 5th. I wasn't too ecstatic about that, but then I knew I still had time to make it up through individual match play. And then individual match play came around and I won my first 2 matches. And I was super excited about winning my first 2 matches because that meant I was really on a roll and I knew what I was doing. But then my next competitor was the one person I was dreading to shoot against because she is already on Team Canada. She's been on Team Canada for I think 3 years and she also made the team this year. So congratulations to her. But she was the one person I didn't want to shoot against because she's a really nice person. She's very calm and cool and collected, and she's very nonchalant. She's like, if I shoot a bad arrow, I shoot a bad arrow. But if I shot a bad arrow, it would be in my head for the rest of the day. I'd be like, why did I shoot a bad arrow? I know better than this. I could do better than this. So the fact that I had to shoot against somebody who was superior, like they had more experience than me, I was a little nervous about that. And I was very nervous the whole day. But when I found out I was shooting against her, I was even more nervous. Like my hands were visibly shaking the whole time. So throughout this match, I was shooting against her and I wasn't shooting the best at the beginning and she was shooting really good in the beginning. And then near the middle of the match, I started picking up my shots and she started dropping her shots a little bit. So then by the end of the match, we were both tied for the same score, a 136 to a 136. And that was the one thing I didn't want to happen. Because if you tie in a match play score, that means that both competitors have to both shoot 1 arrow each. And then it's the closest arrow to the center that wins the match, no matter what. And I was super nervous about this because her name is Caitlin Harlock, and her whole family was with her at the time. Her dad's a shooter. Her mom's a judge. Like her whole family's very involved in archery. She has so many friends who've been shooting with her for so long that she just had so many people in her corner. And then it was just me and myself and the few friends I made at the competition. So I just felt like there was a huge gap in it, which made me even more nervous. And then we heard the first whistle, meaning that it's time to knock our arrow and get ready to shoot. And then we heard this other whistle telling us that we have 60 seconds on the clock to shoot our arrow. I was so nervous, but I got up, I shot my arrow. I said, all right, we got to do this now. And then I shot it. Well, she shot her arrow first, and then I shot my arrow. The judge called her arrow. They called her arrow as a 10. Then the judge called my arrow. They called my arrow as a 10. And since they're both 10s, they had to go down the field and check which arrow was closer to the center. And my arrow was closer to the center by 1 millimeter, which meant that I won my match. But I was so nervous to shoot that arrow. But I told myself, just shoot the arrow and what happens, happens. And if you just shoot your arrow and you just push through it, sometimes good results happen. Yeah, that's my story for that question.
So you felt like a great achievement that day?
I was very happy with that. Yeah, I was happy. I won gold. That was my semifinal match. So I was really happy that I was able to win my semifinal match against somebody who is they had a lot more experience than me in the sport.
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you want to say? Congratulations, Jyotsna. We are proud of you. Love you, Kanna. Daddy, what do you want to say?